Hey, what's up, Trainiacs? Triathlon Taren here. If you are taking up triathlon as part of a lifestyle change, which I know a lot of you are, and you're looking to maybe lose a little bit of weight, get a little bit more healthy, what we're going to do over the next 4 videos is we are going to talk about start to finish and include an accompanying free program that you can do over the course of these 4 videos and 4 days that'll help you lose weight. Now, before I get into this video, I want to explain my premise and sort of philosophy about weight loss. If you take a look at my Instagram photos, you'll notice that I'm not totally ripped. That's because I am naturally like you. I'm a normal person. I'm not built with an 8-pack. I actually used to weigh 215 pounds, and how I've managed to lose weight is in the face of naturally being a heavier individual. So you might look at me and be like, well, what does this guy know about weight loss? But I know a lot about weight loss, having lost about 60 or more pounds over the course of the last 10 years, and I'm now able to keep it off without it really ever feeling like a diet. Also, disclaimer, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I just play one on the internet. So if you are looking at applying any of these principles, certainly consult a physician, a qualified nutritionist. We're just giving you some ideas here. Now, let's get started with how to start your day before a morning workout in such a way that it encourages you to lose weight and particularly lose fat. When we wake up in the morning, because we haven't eaten for upwards of 8, 9, 10 hours, we're in a fat burning mode. We don't have carbs or glycogen in our muscles and our liver that are easy to access. Our body, however, will always want to use carbs as its preferred source of fuel because it assimilates quickly into our bloodstream. It's easy access. We don't really want that. We want to be able to access fat so that we get leaner, we get lighter. So what I'm going to give you here is the morning drink that I have before a workout that encourages my body to stay in a fat burning mode. So you might have heard of Bulletproof Coffee. And that is a very big popular morning drink for a lot of keto proponents. I am going to recommend kind of a take on the Bulletproof Coffee, and there are a few reasons why I don't follow it exactly. Now, the few reasons are, number one, I don't like drinking coffee all day. It has basically energy benefits, but it doesn't have necessarily health benefits. Secondly, Bulletproof Coffee recommends that you eat a ton of butter. I am not a big fan of having a ton of animal products because I have a history of heart health issues in my family. I think that you can make some very easy substitutions to basically have all the benefits of a bulletproof coffee while adding additional health benefits. So we're gonna make that right now. I start with about a cup of some type of milk that is not dairy milk. Dairy tends to not sit quite right for a lot of people. So we've got cashew milk, we've got almond milk. Sometimes I use oatmeal milk, coconut milk, rice milk. Doesn't really matter, basically anything besides traditional dairy milk. Sometimes I mix and match between 2 of them. Also, the traditional bulletproof coffee doesn't necessarily include a whole lot of protein. If you're looking at maintaining muscle mass, but not adding a ton of calories, I like adding a heaping tablespoon of gelatin. This is basically collagen. This has been proven to go right into your joints. And as endurance athletes, we end up just beating the tar out of our joints. So we get a little bit of protein to maintain muscle mass, and it ends up helping out our joints. I like to add a couple drops of vitamin D if you live anywhere that is even slightly wintry. You are going to be likely vitamin D deficient. Vitamin D deficiencies lead to a lot of issues with hormones, particularly testosterone, which increases body fat, makes it harder to lose weight. So I add about 4 or 5 drops of vitamin D. And then as a substitute for the butter, I use either sunflower seed butter or almond butter. It doesn't really make a difference, but I like to switch up what I'm eating day to day so that I'm getting, say, the same overall benefits, but I'm not just eating the same thing every single day developing potentially autoimmune deficiencies to certain types of food. So I'm always trying to mix things up. And then I add, this is very traditional with Bulletproof Coffee, is MCT oil. This is like shelf stable and cooking stable coconut oil. That's normal with Bulletproof Coffee. Now here's the biggest change that I make. I've been using Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee for the last year or so. I started using it when I started feeling like I was becoming addicted to coffee, and there weren't really that many health benefits to it besides just giving me a big surge in energy. Also, at the end of the day, starting to get like that acidy feeling. So like I wanted to drink coffee, but it's not like it really even tasted good. Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee, which is this here, only has 50 milligrams of caffeine, which is anywhere from about a quarter to a half as much as it in a typical cup of coffee. And then in addition to that, you get a lot of health benefits that are being found in mushrooms these days. So this one is just the straight up coffee, and I'll flip between this one, which has about 50 milligrams of cordyceps, but it has the caffeine and the cordyceps to give you energy, and just the straight up cordyceps, which has 1500 milligrams of cordyceps and no caffeine. So I'm looking at getting sort of a burst of energy to get to that next workout, but again, getting more health benefits than just overall coffee, and being able to have options with the way that I'm gonna get that energy. Now, if you're interested in getting Four Sigmatic, I've arranged a deal with them that if you go to foursigmatic.com/triathlon Taren, you can get 15% off of any of their products. And that is an affiliate link, so it does help us out. If you just end up going to foursigmatic.com, not remembering that unique URL for us, you can enter Triathlon Taren as a coupon code, still get that 15% off. But this is what I use for my Bulletproof Coffee every single day for all those reasons. Oh, and they've also got hot cocoa, which is delicious. They've got lion's mane for mental acuity. They've got chaga for immune function. It's all good stuff, people. So today I am going to use the cordyceps, basically just because I'm running low on the straight up mushroom coffee. I top the rest of that up with water, blend this sucker up. And if I've made it the night before, I put it in the fridge, and then I gotta give it a shake the next morning, or if I'm making it in the morning, I still drink it cold. I find that it tastes best cold by far. So I end up having that drink before just about every single workout that is under about an hour and a half, because I don't need a huge amount of carbs. And there are a lot of benefits to this that science has shown and that I've found. So personally, I've found that I'm lighter, like weight-wise. I also feel lighter for the workout because I don't have a big mass of food in my stomach, but I get a nice sort of a kick of energy, but it's not a surge of energy. Fair warning, what you're gonna find if you start taking this is that it's gonna take you about 3 to 4 weeks to get used to fueling off of fat as opposed to carbs, because your body is going to want to use carbs as opposed to fat. It takes a little while to train that way. Once you do end up getting your body trained that way, it's got a huge amount of benefits. In addition to being lighter, you've also got less chance of bonking in a race because your body all of a sudden knows how to use fat and your fat stores during the middle of a race. And it keeps your blood sugar low. You don't have that big spike, which ends up resulting in a crash, and that crash is what often results in hunger pains throughout the day, causing people to overeat. So there you go. Thank you to Four Sigmatic for sponsoring this video. As I mentioned before, if you want to get some Four Sigmatic for your Bulletproof Coffee, go to foursigmatic.com/triathlon Taren, or use Triathlon Taren as a coupon code. And if you want to get the entire free resource that I've put together for how to lose weight with triathlon training, go to triathlontaren.com/weight loss. It's free. Punch in your email address. You'll get a bunch of calculators, you'll get a bunch of tools and resources that are going to help you learn how to exactly lose weight while not really feeling like you're dieting, so that you can keep that weight off and turn triathlon and healthy living into a lifestyle. Thank you for watching. If you aren't already subscribed and you want to make sure you do not miss the next 3 days of weight loss videos, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about how intense you should be working out to lose weight through triathlon. Hit the subscribe button below, and if you are already subscribed, hit me up in the comments below with your weight loss story. See you tomorrow.